Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. If you're new here, my name is Patty. I make lots of videos about books and my life and lots of other things regarding myself and everything, but today's video is luckily a book video. And if you saw the thumbnail and the title, which you probably did, and why you clicked on this video, you know that today's video is my long overdue Kingdom of Ash reading vlog. So this reading vlog and finishing this book actually took me 2 entire months. I think just in the middle of it, life got really crazy, got really busy. I kind of got into a reading slump. It's gonna be a long one, but either way, I hope you enjoy and thank you so much for watching and we'll get into it. It's crazy how I remember everything so well and how I kind of feel like I never stopped reading. Like, I just feel like I never left the universe, you know? But here I am. Like, I think I finished reading Empire of Storms, Tower of Dawn in like October, November, and we're now in the beginning of April, so it's been a minute. There's a character in here named Killian, and it's spelled differently, but in my mind I'm just thinking it's Killian Murphy, so that's who I'm gonna imagine for this character. One thing that I also love about this book so far is how consistent the point of view changes are. Like, it is consistently switching from different people, and obviously I don't really know how consistent that is because I'm only 6 chapters in, but it has only ever changed, you know? Like, I still haven't really seen repeat point of views that much. I think I've been really enjoying that because it's obviously tying together all the POVs that were in Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms. I also have to add that when I was doing the tandem read, I started off in the first half of that entire read loving Empire of Storms, and then towards the second half of it, I loved Tower of Dawn more. Now that I'm getting the POVs from like Cole and everyone else who was there in Tower of Dawn, I feel like I'm like a little more into it. And obviously I'm into the other point of views, but I just think going back to what I loved before is nice and I'm enjoying it. As soon as Irene started freaking out about like the supplies on the ship, I just knew she was pregnant. She better tell Cole soon. I'm going to bed. I'm actually traveling to Denver tomorrow for like a 36-hour work trip. Very short, literally just going to Denver for a day. But I hopefully will get more reading time then, so I will check in with you guys tomorrow, probably at the airport. Y'all, I just have to say Dorian right now. I love him. He's so powerful. they got Aelin. And oh my god, like genuinely, that entire just like whole thing was so scary. And the fact that Aelin was starting to feel like suicidal in a way, because one, she thought Rowan wasn't coming, and then she also thought that Maeve was gonna get the word collar and put it on her, and so she was like never gonna come back from that. And even just her thinking that Rowan wasn't gonna come for her like made me so upset. Like genuinely my heart was hurting, because I was like, no, he's coming for you, please, like hold on. We're able to get her while Maeve was away, thinking that she'd be able to get the word collar. When they got to her and she still had the mask and the chains on, and she was like screaming for them to take it off, like I literally was crying on the plane as that was happening, because I was traveling while I was filming the last few clips while I was reading that. But oh my god, genuinely, I can't even explain how much it hurt me, because she was like obviously so horribly traumatized. Basically what's happening right now is they just escaped, and the little folk are attempting to get them out of Doranel. And so I think the main thing that I'm just like, oh my god, Sarah J Maas is like, I mean, I always think that she's an incredible author, but just the way that she's able to convey Aelin's trauma through her body language and how traumatized she is, like even just the way she describes her like movements and like how she's not talking and everything, like you could tell this girl is traumatized. Obviously she was like a captive for months and being tortured nonstop, and like everything that she is was like basically ripped away from her. Like all of her scars are gone and everything, and that's just like a reminder of all the horrible things she's been through. But that's like her, you know, like she wants those. And like the mate mark that she had with Rowan and everything is gone, and like oh my god. Yeah, that's basically my update. My thoughts are in jambles because so much has gone on and so many painful things have happened. But yeah, we're just gonna keep reading. But I'm about a third of the way through the book, so yeah, it's amazing. His dad just told him Irene is pregnant. I mean, she should have told him in the first place, but I've seen people pronounce his name differently. And I think I know that his name isn't pronounced Cole, but that's what makes most sense to me, so I'm gonna call him Cole. So Cole's wife, Irene, is pregnant, and Cole's dad just told him that she's pregnant, and he's like, how did you not know? But anyway, before I go to bed, because this is the last chapter I'm gonna read, look how floppy this is. Isn't this so satisfying? Like, I love this. It's so satisfying. I think my favorite point of view to read right now, so between the three, or I guess four, between the 4 point of views that are all going on right now, I think my favorite is Manon and Dorian. I think their point of view right now is my favorite. But anyway, I think this is it before I go to bed, so good night. I will check in with you tomorrow. Hey guys, a little bit of an update. It is now Friday, and I think it's been like a week since I filmed. This entire week I've been super busy, so I didn't film anything, but back on track with my reading. A little update. We've gotten more of Aelin getting back into herself. Obviously still extremely traumatized from what happened, but I think she's like trying to get back into herself, into her, you know, extremely confident, cocky, just like amazing badass woman that she is. And obviously it's definitely harder for her to do that when she, you know, basically has PTSD from being captured and tortured and trapped for 3 months, 2-3 months. But she's back training with Rowan, and actually something crazy that I kind of didn't see coming for some reason. Like, obviously I knew this would happen, but I didn't know it would happen like at this point. But that group of people finally met up with Kale. I guess his name is Kale. I think it should be pronounced Cole, but apparently it's Kale, and the spelling makes sense, but Kale sounds weird in my head, so I'm just gonna keep calling him Cole. Cole and Nezrin and Irene and Sartok, so they all met up with them while they're in Aniel, saving them from Erewhon's army. So a bunch of crazy things have happened. But something that in my mind that like I feel like I've been having such a hard time keeping track of is what certain groups of people don't know, because obviously they've been apart this whole time. And also I'm gonna have to look this up. I usually don't look things up in books, but one thing that I also don't know is how long were they apart, like all these groups of people, you know, like I guess just like the people in Empire of Storms and the people in Tower of Dawn, like how long was that they were separate? And obviously like the people in Tower of Dawn learned all these things, that like Maeve is a Valg queen, and like the Valgs, the spiders are Valgs, and they're called Karunkai and something like that. But anyway, so Aelin, Rowan, all those people are learning about all these things that they learned in Empire of Storms. And so it's like, oh, like crazy that they didn't know this whole time, because in my head I was like, oh, they know because I know, you know, I read these things, but obviously they didn't know because they were apart this whole time. But anyway, gonna get back to my reading. It's so sad seeing her so incredibly broken, because even after everything else that she'd gone through before, like literally everything leading up to this, becoming enslaved, her like going through everything with Arabin and Sam being murdered, and her literally losing her entire family. It's so sad that like this is the breaking point. And it's because like she's gotten so close to everything she's ever wanted and everything she's ever worked for, and saving Terrasen, but it's like literally being ripped out from right under her. And obviously she like obviously is acting like herself, her old self, but like that's not her, because she feels so broken. And like it's just so sad because she's never been like this before. And as I said, like even with everything else that she's been through, but it's so sad. I'm currently at the part where Alide just saved Lorcan from the battlefield in Aniel, and I'm literally like about to start crying because he's like, you have to let me go or you might not make it back to the keep. Like, you have to literally let me go. I'm too heavy on this horse. I'm about to die. And I'm like, Lorcan, no. As annoying as he is, and like brutish and mean and annoying, like he loves her. So I'm literally about to cry. Okay, I'm on page 800 exactly. I just started reading page 99. Her and Dorian have attempted to seal the word gate with the word stones, and Dorian's father, the king, who was dead but like living within that realm of the gates, basically he kicked Dorian out. He's like, this is not your job. I am the one who's nameless, who had to pay the price with Aelin. He doesn't have enough power. It's up to Aelin. Aelin has enough power. Dorian's father, the king, who is nameless. I guess we didn't even realize, me didn't realize he had a name this whole time. Or he didn't have a name this whole time. Mala, her ancestor, one of the original Fae Queens, she gave her a bit of power to help her get back home to finish this, to end Erewhon, because they didn't end up taking Erewhon. And I'm explaining this. This is totally unrelated to the point that I wanted to make, but I just wanted to give some background on what's been happening. So she's like flying through a bunch of different worlds right now because she's within the word gate, and she's trying to find her way home. But as she's going through different worlds, it says, blast of dark power, like a gentle summer night, slammed into her, not to attack, but to slow her down. A wall, a shield that she tore, plunged through, but it slowed her. The winged male's power slowed her just enough. Aelin vanished from his world without a whisper, and there it was. She passed through Feyre and Rysand. She passed through Valaris, basically. That was Rysand. Rysand. I know people say Rysand, but I like Rysand, but that's crazy. I had no idea there was that like teeny tiny bit of crossover in this book. So that's kind of sweet. A little sweet Easter egg in there. But anyway, back to my reading. Seven pages away from finishing Kingdom of Ash, and right now they were in the middle. So from Adian's point of view, Adian and Lysandra, they were literally on their last leg of the war, being in Orinth and basically getting destroyed by Erawan's army. And then at the last literal minute, the symbol of Terrasen found Aelin and Rowan and everyone else and was like, I will lead you to Orinth as quickly as possible for you to make it to save your people. So they made it to the battle right in time. Now, all the keys are gone, the gates are closed, and Irene just helped defeat, hopefully, I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, but hopefully defeated Erawan. And Aelin is in the middle of getting rid of Maeve right now, and even though she doesn't have any powers really, I mean, she has like the smallest bit of power with the help of everybody, with the help of Rowan's powder. She is in the middle of defeating Maeve, and she's like, I'm not going to kill you, but I am going to banish you somewhere you don't want to go and make you suffer. Which, if I were her, I would have just killed her, but I'm not Aelin, so. Oh my god, thank god. Killing Maeve and Erawan meant all the Valg, the Ilkin, die instantaneously. So they're gonna win. For some reason, I was getting scared that there wouldn't be resolution for, like, we wouldn't get the ending between Dorian and Manon. Like, I feel like I only had like 20 pages left, and I was like, when are we gonna hear about what's gonna go on between them? But 10 pages left, and it's funny, conversation between like Cole and Irene were there, and Dorian was like, oh, like you could help the Rukin train the Wyvern hatchlings, and, you know, be my rider for the Wyvern army, basically. She was like, I'll see. And then Irene was like, or you guys could just marry each other, like that would be so much easier for you guys to see each other instead of just pretending like you don't care about each other when you clearly do. But anyway, just thought that was funny, and to this day, or still, as I'm finishing the book, my favorite part of the book is what's been going on between Dorian and Manon. Reading the last chapter. Guys, I'm officially done with the entirety of the Throne of Glass series. That was crazy. I feel like the ending was definitely really sweet, and I like the way that everything was tied together. It was a little difficult to get through because of like the last like 75%, I would say, because of all the war that was going on and everything. That was a little hard for me to get through. But besides that, it was so good. I'd give it a solid 4 out of 10, or solid 4 out of 5. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.